Hey guys, Ivan here, and in this video we have a couple of very interesting stories. You're gonna enjoy them. First of all, Iain Valliere finally addressed his fans and his haters, but he mainly addressed his fans in his video, which I like. So he wasn't talking to his haters, he was talking to his fans. He addressed his chest problem and everything else about this show. We're also gonna talk about Krizo, who just looks incredible right now. So we're gonna start with him, and I hope you guys don't mind the sound of chicken cooking in the background. I'm actually on a vacation right now, and my girlfriend is preparing us some chicken and rice right now, so maybe you're gonna hear some noises in the background from the kitchen. Anyways, Krizo. Honestly, guys, I'm mind blown with the way he's looking right now. In my previous video about Krizo, I was saying, how can he get any better? He was 4 weeks out and I thought he was completely ready for the stage. Now he's 2 weeks out and he looks harder, bigger, fuller, more impressive. It's insane. We got this little mirror selfie video, another one as well, and then we also got a full posing video, which we're gonna go through in a moment. Take a look at this one, for example. Take a look at this hardness, this fullness, this freaky shape. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know how to put this in words. This is just one of the most impressive physiques of all time. If you talk about gym videos, like you guys remember Dennis James back in the day looked really impressive. Kevin Levrone also looked super impressive in the gym. I mean, both of those guys were really good on Mr. Olympia stage as well. But Krizo right now looks incredible, crazy, insane. So I'm expecting him to also do really well at the Olympia. Do I ever see him winning the Olympia? You know, it can happen. It's a possibility. But more likely he's gonna be like top 3 guy at the best. Because the competition is really fierce right now at the Olympia level. So I see him potentially climbing up to that top 3, top 4. Higher than that, maybe, who knows, maybe he can win the Olympia, but right now I don't really see it as of yet. However, he's, as you can see, 2 weeks out of his show, which is Amro Cup Spain, and I have zero doubts that he's going to win that show and qualify for the Olympia rather easily. I'm honestly just confused, why is he trying so hard for this show? He absolutely looks the best that he ever looked so far, and I don't want to see him peak for the Spain show and then not peak as well for the Olympia. Yeah, there is a long time between these two shows, and I believe he knows what he's doing, his coach knows what they're doing. They are hopefully not gonna try to maintain this kind of conditioning, this kind of peak between now and the Olympia. Hopefully he's gonna get a little bit chubby in the meantime and then push again for conditioning and, you know, get even better probably. And I just really hope his body is gonna peak twice this year, later in the year at the Olympia as well, because you can see right now he's gonna peak really well for this show, even if he doesn't do anything. And he probably won't do anything drastic in these 2 weeks. If he's smart, he's just gonna cruise into this show and just look the way he looks. Maybe do a slight water and salt manipulation just to get a tiny little bit drier, but really he doesn't need to do any of that. He can just show up looking like this, put some tan on, and win almost any show right now, any pro show aside from the Olympia and Arnold. So yeah, he's that good. He's that good. He's super impressive and he's looking better than ever by far. His physique is just completely different from anybody at the Olympia, especially the top guys. If you look at Hadi, Derek, Nick Walker, he is completely different. But if Samson wins the Olympia, which is a high possibility, and for example Andrew Jack progresses enough to be in that top 2, top 3, then Krizo would fit well into that mix and he would probably make the top 3. And that would be a major change in bodybuilding, let's say in bodybuilding criteria. And the taller guys, more aesthetic guys with small waistlines, with beautiful aesthetic shapes would take over the bodybuilding, the Olympia, which would also kind of mean that there is no need for classic physique anymore, because those guys are just as aesthetic as the classic physique guys, they're just bigger and better. I mean, I'm not saying that classic physique is going to disappear, it's always going to be there, but it wouldn't be as popular as it is right now because the shorter, less aesthetic guys are dominating the Olympia for a long time now. Guys like Hadi Chopin, like Nick Walker, like many of them before. And I don't know if the course could change like that completely and switch from shorter, blockier guys to taller, more aesthetic guys, but I would like to see that change, and that would mean that Krizo would be one of the top guys along with Jack and Samson Dauda. We'll see what's gonna happen at this year's Olympia. I think we are at a major crossroad. If guy like Nick Walker wins, and he very well might, that would mean that they're looking for absolute freaks, for the freak factor. It would be similar to what happened in '93 when Dorian Yates won and changed the course of bodybuilding forever. Now, if Samson wins, or Jack, I don't know if he's that good to really battle for the win, but Samson is definitely up there. If Samson wins, then that would mean that bodybuilding right now is looking for more aesthetic guys. And if, for example, Derek Lunsford wins, that's kind of in between. So if I was a betting man, I would still bet on Derek. And if I was to say what I would like to see, then I would go with Samson. And if that happened, then Krizo would definitely become one of the top guys in the near future. Maybe even this year. Maybe he wins the Olympia. It's not impossible. Like top 10 guys at the Olympia, let's say top 6, top 7 guys at the Olympia right now have a chance of winning the Olympia if they show up at their 100%. And it seems to me that Krizo, who was 12th at the Olympia, is gonna definitely place higher this year, and there is a possibility, a slight possibility, of him even winning the Olympia. I don't see an argument for why that couldn't happen. What do you guys think? Could Samson Dauda actually win the Olympia? I believe he could, but people who doubt him, who are not sure if he could, would say two things. They would mention his two flaws. One of them would be the obvious one, glute separation. He doesn't have the best glute separation, and I agree with that. But the other one that I completely disagree with right now is his back. Now, compared to his other body parts, maybe his back is not his strongest body part, but if you just saw this back, without knowing his past, without knowing that it was a weak body part back in the day, would you say this is a small back? Would you say this is a weak back? I don't think anybody would ever say that, because this back is absolutely impressive. It is a big back. I mean, look at his back lat spread. Like, there is a lot of meat in that back. Usually guys with higher inserted lats look good in the back lat spread, like for example Hadi Chopin as well, and many others, Dennis Wolf, a lot of them. That's just the case. When you have high lats, you look really impressive in the back lat, but you don't look very good in the back double. However, even though Samson might have like high inserted lats and like his upper back is more developed than his lower lats, he still has the width. Like, he's not narrow in the shoulders, he's still very wide, and where he has the muscle in the upper back, he has a lot of muscle up there. Like, look at it here. I mean, yeah, maybe the lower lats are not as big, as impressive, but overall, his back, if you consider also the shoulders, like the rear delts and the arms in the back double and the spinal erectors, look at the teres muscles as well, and the traps and the rhomboids. Yeah, sure, he doesn't have the thickest lower lats ever, like Derek Lunsford, for example, but everything else is really impressive, so I highly disagree with the statement that his back is bad. Like, his back is good. He is very complete. And I don't know how important super shredded glutes are on Mr. Olympia stage, but other than that, Samson is extremely complete. Somebody made a comparison between Samson and Hassan, who just lost Toronto Pro, and they said the same rule should apply. If Samson could get away with soft glutes and windy Arnold, then Hassan should have won Toronto Pro. But hey, take a look at Samson, take a look at his conditioning everywhere else aside from the glutes, and also look at his glutes from the sides. Like, look at it here, like his glutes are not fat, not even close. He just genetically doesn't have that much separation in them. Like, if he wanted to get super separated glutes, he would have to lose a lot of weight, which wouldn't be a good thing for him. But look at the hamstrings, look at the lower back, look at everything else, guys. Like, this guy is shredded, really. He just doesn't have the deepest cuts in his glutes. Once again, he could obtain them, but he would sacrifice a lot for that, and it wouldn't be worth it. Maybe someday if he gains another 10 to 20 pounds of muscle, which I believe is gonna happen, but probably not this year. However, even if he doesn't do it this year, I think he can win the Olympia. Look at him. I mean, why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he be able to? This guy is an absolute monster. He's very, very complete. And I do believe his glutes are going to be more shredded because he's going to be bigger, because he keeps growing. Why does he keep growing? That's a good question. One of the things that Milos Sarcev does with his clients is he increases protein amounts that they are intaking. He's a high protein guy. And why am I showing you this? Because this is a great way for you guys to get a lot of protein in without having trouble eating protein. So we have Vintage Brawn, and this is the flavor that I chose for you today. It's banana milkshake, because hot summer days are coming and this is a really refreshing drink. Once again, this is not just whey isolate, this is actually casein, egg, white protein and beef protein. So it's very well isolated. It has almost no sugar, no fat. It's really just pure protein, but it's made from real food. So it's like eating basically, but you only drink it. And again, it tastes amazing. It's really refreshing. The code is EVEN. If you use that code, you get a 15% discount. The link is in the caption down below. So guys, if you want to support me and my channel, this is how you can do it. But I guarantee you're gonna love the flavor of Vintage Brawn. If you don't like it, you can replace it, you can change it, you can get your money back as well. So just let us know if you don't like it, you can change it. But guys, you're gonna love it. You're gonna fall in love with Vintage Brawn. You won't have any other protein after you try this one, because this is the best quality on the market right now for sure. Alright, and finally we are coming back full circle. We are going back to Iain Valliere. So he posted this photo, which is before this show, before the Toronto Pro Show. I wish he posted this before the show, because it would hype him up a lot. It would put a lot of pressure on him as well, which is why he didn't post it, I'm sure. And he looked amazing here. And based on a couple of other shots that I saw, I would say this is best Iain up to date if you don't consider his chest. Other than that, and maybe like some flatness in the arms and chest, but other than that, really, like, he was probably more separated, he had more quality than ever. Like, he was really well conditioned, he was really big and really full, his back looked better than ever. So I really like this version of him, especially in the front lat spread pose and some other back double as well. But because of that chest, I didn't really like it that much. And I hope he can fix that. Now, he finally made a video, a statement, addressing this issue and addressing his fans, maybe addressing his haters a little bit, but he tried not to. I'm gonna show you a part of this video. You're gonna hear what he has to say about his chest and what is happening to it.
The conversation seems to be about right now is, if it's not my back, it's not my calves or something, it seems to be my chest is the newest one. So, and the truth is, I don't know. I don't feel an injury there. I don't have an injury. No injury occurred. Just like with my back, whatever that, conversation that was going on at the time, there was no injury that I was aware of. The same goes for my chest. I don't have anything there that I'm aware of. Can I see what people are referring to? Sure. But I also have pictures at different points in my career where this spot in my chest on both pecs, kind of alternating at times throughout my career, was more apparent and more prevalent than it was at other times. I have pictures from 2021 Texas Pro, hitting a crab most muscular and different most muscular variations, where you can see it on the other pec where there's a little bit of retraction in that same spot in the center. I have pictures going all the way back to, being an amateur, my early days in a pro, where I have it on the other pec when I'm at a certain level of conditioning. And then I also have some years where, when I'm bursting full, like 2019 Vancouver, where you can't see it. So I don't have an answer to this. I'm obviously going to look into it. I'm going to make sure that everything is good there, and whatever we can do to make it look as absolutely best as possible come the Olympia, whether it's therapy work, massage work, or if there is some kind of, dying off or, lack of blood flow or nerve activation or something in there, make sure I'm getting whatever work needs to be done. If it's stem cells, massage work, I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on there. But I can tell you don't feel any injury. There was no injury that occurred during training, or anything of the sorts. But obviously my goal as a bodybuilder is to always improve. And if this is something that is, a small flaw in my physique that we can see, we obviously want to make it better. I appreciate that everyone cares enough to, show a level of concern for what may be going on in my physique. But the thing is, at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't have the answers that I'm not by any level trying to avoid that conversation. And that's why I felt it was necessary to put this out and just address it so that it doesn't look like there's any level of avoidance here. So yeah, I mean, that's the plan is to do whatever we can to make it look better. You know, just like I did with my back from the Olympia, you know, it was significantly better there. You know, some things through training, some things through posing, some things through just our peak and the fullness and pop, helping make that back look better. But just like there is there with my chest, there's no injuries that I'm aware of that I felt. Maybe I could get an MRI and look into that more. And that's exactly what we'll do when we're back down in Florida. But yeah.
So yeah, you heard it. I mean, basically, I was expecting this. Iain wasn't aware of an injury in his chest. And I don't think his chest looks injured. I think it's just something that just starts happening over time, and it's probably just genetic. He's gonna try and figure out what it is. He's gonna do an MRI, he's gonna do some deep tissue massage. As he says, that's all he can do right now. But I mean, I don't know if he can fix it. Like last year, it was a problem with his back, and he did fix that. He didn't fix his calves. I don't think he really tried. But as far as his chest, yeah, we'll see what's going to happen. I mean, he addressed it right now. He told us that this, as far as he knows, there is nothing wrong with it. He didn't experience any injuries like during training or anything like that, but it definitely did look off. And most importantly, he is aware of it, at least, and he addressed it. So he's not ignoring the problem. He's not ignoring the whole conversation about his chest. He's not ignoring the fact that he needs to address that and try to fix that. So if he does fix it, he can definitely place 7th again, or maybe even higher. But if he doesn't, then yeah, probably like somewhere from 7th to 10th at the Olympia. Obviously, he has no intentions of retiring anytime soon, and I don't think he should. He should try to get this problem fixed and, you know, do the best that he can with what he's got, if he enjoys bodybuilding that much still. And I can see that he does. I think he reignited his passion again now that he's working with the Jensen again. So maybe best days of Iain are actually in the future. They're coming. Who knows? We'll see. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more stuff like this, and if you want to show me some love, go to the Old School Labs YouTube, actually a website, and check out the supplements. Try Vintage Brawn Banana Milkshake flavor. Let me know how you like it, tag me on Instagram, and once again, guys, sorry for the kitchen in the background, but I gotta get my chicken in, you know, I gotta eat my meals, even though I'm on a vacation, just like I gotta make these videos. Once again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up if you did. All the best, guys, and bye-bye.